Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I want to chat about iPhone photography or using your phone for photography and some tips to help you do that in the best way possible. I think as an independent music artist or band, then using your iPhone or a good phone camera is absolutely fine, and you should do it. And just with like a good eye and a few little tips and tricks, I think you can actually get some really good photos and some video, and as long as your branding is on point, then yeah, you can really make an impact with that. If you are short on budget and having obviously a professional camera or photography isn't an option at the moment, then this is a really good option for you. I do make videos regularly on branding, marketing, social media, and the creative visual stuff like photography and videography. So if that is something that will be helpful for you as an independent artist, then please like and subscribe. Okay, let's dive right in. Okay, tip number one, utilize natural light. Natural lighting is your best friend when you have a maybe not so good camera. And by the way, when you are using a phone camera, just make sure it is a good one, like anything from the iPhone 11 up, ideally. Otherwise, it will be a little bit not as good. So yeah, utilize natural lighting. So if you can do a shoot outside, if you do have flexibility with days, pick a day where the weather is sunny, that kind of thing, then that will help you. If you want to do something dark and dingy, then it's not going to have, the quality just isn't going to be as good. So you want the light here, and then your camera, and then you. So you want the light behind the camera. So if you are doing it inside, but you have like a big window, then obviously place the camera in front of the window, and that should give you the best possible option. I used to film my videos with a window behind me, and in Scandinavian summertime it was like better than a ring light. So natural light, guys. Consider the composition and try different things with it. The beauty of doing a phone shoot is you're not tied to a time or a schedule as much as if you were hiring a professional photographer. You can get a friend, you just have more flexibility, and you can put more time and practice into this. And honestly, I know I always say it, the practice and the research is so imperative if you're going to do anything well, like creatively or branding wise, marketing, like that research and concept and experimenting time is just so crucial. And doing phone shoots, I'm not sponsored, allows you to do that. And also with a phone, you have a big screen, which for some, like I find with some cameras, I just can't, I get frustrated because I'm so used to my phone with this big screen being able to see the composition much better. I find I have to take loads of photos with my camera and put them on my computer and then look through them. So just utilize that fact that you can see so well on your big screen, and play around with the composition, move things around, try different things. Just try to notice what works and what doesn't, what you like, and try loads of different things. I think you probably already know this, but obviously you get a little yellow box, and that is where the focus is. Obviously make sure the right thing or person is in focus. And also make sure that you don't just zoom in, because as soon as you zoom in, you lose that quality. So if you can, then don't use the zoom for this phone shoot. And yeah, just check the focus, check nothing's blurry or the right thing is blurry. If you're using like a portrait mode, you might want that vibe. But yeah, just check the focus is in the right place. And again, this is so much easier on a big screen. I've said this before again, but practice your poses. If you get to a shoot and you're like, I don't know what to do, it's just so like and it drags, and the photos will show that and show that you're uncomfortable. So get on my Pinterest, I'll link it below. I've got a whole board full of pose ideas, full of band photo shoot inspiration, and just try some poses on your own in the mirror if you're self-conscious. See what works, see what you like, get a band member or a friend round to like take photos of you just posing, just to see what looks good, and just try to train your eye a bit. And again, when it comes down to composition, the poses work into that. Just have a play, see what you like, see what works, do the research and practice the poses. Because if you can go into a shoot and you're like, oh, and you know what you're doing and you feel confident, that's going to come through, and it's just going to skyrocket from there. So yeah. And last tip is just to experiment and practice and do this over and over again. Don't do one shoot with a phone and that be your promo photos or your social media photos. Schedule in like 5 practice shoots ideally. Experiment with different locations, props if you have them, outfits, poses. And camera angles as well. Just play, just do things. Don't always think what works, just play. I think being playful and creative is really important in things like this, because you just never know. You might find something totally unique that just works for you, that you really love. So just lay on the floor and take photos. Like, just like do whatever comes naturally. Try not to overthink it, and just have like these play sessions. Because that's where you might find just a killer angle, like paired with a pose that becomes like signature to you, like part of your visual brand, or part of something that just really works for you and makes you stand out from the crowd. Playing around with those different things, again with lighting and location. If you do want to do a shoot indoors, then definitely do a practice one just to test the lighting, check you're happy with the quality and that you can actually get the quality from a phone in this instance. Okay, so just experiment with everything. Basically do loads of practice shoots, research as much as possible, and get super comfortable. And if you can do all those things and you have someone there, or a friend, like anyone with a good eye for design and creativity, then you're going to get some really awesome photos. And when you do have the budget, you can hire a professional photographer and it can build up from there, but you can still get killer shots with a phone. Okay, so then when it comes to editing, make sure you're aligned with your editing style across the board, especially, and from shoot to shoot, or like era to era with the visuals, you can play obviously and change it up, but within one photo set, make sure your editing style is aligned, or if you're using a filter, make sure you have it on all of them, that kind of thing. So in terms of editing, I would recommend Enlight or Snapseed if you just want a free app. Obviously Lightroom, if you do have the Adobe suite, then that's great. But those two are great, they're free, and they do what you need for this, like the basic editing. And then if you're new to editing, then look at contrast, saturation, brightness, and clarity or detail. That's like sometimes called different things. But you can literally, again, just play. Look at, like, if you put the clarity up, you see all the detail, or if you strip it right back, it's all softened. So you can just play with each of those things, turn them right up, turn them right down, look at the difference, and then find a combination of those things at different levels that then define your own style of editing, and then you can be consistent with that across the board. So yeah, all really basic, phone photo shoot with free editing apps, like 4 different things you can edit. But if you can utilize all those things to the max and put in the research and time, then you can get some really good stuff, and it can be consistent and it can be unique, and it can start to define your visual brand. So yeah, have a play, let me know how you get on in the comments, and if you have any tips to add for phone photography. And thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!